All right, let's talk about getting those six-pack abs, especially for all of you listening who are between 18 and 40. We've got a lot of great sources to dig into today, from a killer 10-minute workout to a full 12-week plan. And the best part is you don't need a gym full of equipment to get started.
Yeah, and what's really interesting about this whole six-pack thing is that having a strong core, it's about way more than just how it looks.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
really the foundation for so many movements, you know?
Right.
It can impact everything from your posture, how you move, your balance, even preventing injuries. It's actually kind of amazing.
Yeah, it really is. Speaking of foundations, let's break down what we actually mean when we say six-pack, because it's not just about appearances.
Right. It's not just about the look, that washboard look that everybody wants. That's actually your rectus abdominis. It's this long, flat muscle that goes down the front of your abdomen. And those defined blocks that you see when someone has like a really ripped six-pack, those are tendinous intersections. Basically, those are just tough bands of tissue running across the muscle.
So it's definitely for show, but it also signals a strong core, right?
Yeah.
But I'm guessing those lines won't show up just from doing a few crunches here and there.
No, not quite. A strong rectus abdominis is definitely important. But whether or not you see it really depends on your body fat percentage.
Makes sense. Like you could have a crazy strong core hiding under there.
Exactly. And the thing is, the body fat percentage needed to see those abs, it's different for men and women.
Oh, that's interesting. Speaking of different, we found some really cool exercises while we were researching for this, and I was happy to see it's not just endless crunches.
Yeah, thankfully not.
What really stood out to you?
There was one that I thought was really cool. It's called the bicycle crunch.
Oh, the bicycle crunch?
It's such a good one because it targets like your rectus abdominis, but also the obliques on the sides.
Yeah.
So it helps to define that waistline.
For those listening who haven't seen a bicycle crunch, imagine yourself lying on the floor, hands behind your head. Then you bring your opposite elbow to your opposite knee, as if you're pedaling your legs in the air.
It's such a good workout.
It really is.
And the great part is that it's engaging your entire core.
Yeah.
You're basically mimicking that pedaling motion, but really focusing on those abdominal muscles.
So small movements, big impact.
Exactly.
I noticed our sources had kind of two different approaches. One was a fast 10-minute routine, and then there was a more structured 12-week plan.
Yeah, I think both of those are great options, actually.
Yeah.
It really just depends on you, like what's your lifestyle like? What are your goals? How committed are you to this? If you're looking for a quick workout or maybe you're just getting started, that 10-minute routine could be a really good place to start.
Especially for those of us with busy lives, juggling work, maybe kids, trying to squeeze everything in.
Totally. But then if you're looking for something a little more structured, something that will give you more consistent long-term results, that 12-week plan could be a good option. It's really about figuring out what works best for you.
If you want a detailed guide about how to build six abs fast, you should check the recommendation in the description and ask your questions in the comments section. Something that both sources talked about was compound exercises. What's the deal with those?
Okay, so compound exercises are amazing because they work several muscle groups at the same time,
Oh, okay.
which makes them super efficient.
Okay.
So take the plank, for instance.
The plank, deceptively simple, but oh, so hard.
Right. You're working your abs, your back, your glutes. It's like a full body workout disguised as an ab exercise.
No.
And you get more out of your workouts and you save time, which is always nice. If you were looking for more information like this, check the description below for a detailed guide on building your six-pack fast. Let us know what questions you have in the comments below.
I love that. So it's perfect for those 10-minute workouts. But it kind of proves the point that you can't just work your abs in isolation and expect amazing results, right?
Exactly. To get a truly strong core, you need to work it into like a holistic fitness routine.
Like it has to all work together.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of holistic approaches, have you heard of Nagano tonic?
Ooh, tell me more.
It's this really unique formula that seems to be getting a lot of buzz for its natural ingredients.
Okay, interesting.
And while we always recommend a balanced diet and regular exercise, sometimes exploring natural supplements can be part of that holistic approach to well-being.
It's like dating a house. You need a strong foundation for everything else.
Yeah.
And speaking of foundations, let's shift gears a bit and talk about the stuff that happens outside the gym. That's where six-pack dreams can really be made or broken.
Yeah, for sure. You can't just crunch your way to a six-pack if you're not paying attention to what you eat and how you're living your life outside the gym.
Right. It's like trying to outrun a bad diet with a killer workout. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, exactly. It's like building a house on sand. You need a solid foundation.
Totally.
And speaking of foundations, our 12-week plan source really dug into the lifestyle factors that contribute to a strong core. And one thing that really stood out was sleep, which is especially important for those of us in that 18 to 40 age range.
Sleep. You mean it's not just about recovering from a workout?
It's about way more than that. Getting enough sleep is crucial for muscle recovery, yeah, but also for regulating your hormones, which affects everything from how your body burns fat to how it builds muscle.
Okay, so sleep is officially cool now.
Yeah.
Got it. But for those of us who aren't pro athletes, is there anything we can actually do to, like, optimize our sleep for those six-pack goals?
Absolutely. Even making small changes to your sleep routine can make a huge difference. Creating a consistent sleep schedule, even on the weekends, can help regulate your body's natural sleep-wake cycle. And then little things like making sure your bedroom is dark, cool, and quiet can make a big difference in the quality of your sleep, which will definitely impact your fitness journey. And speaking of things that can impact your fitness journey, for those of you out there interested in optimizing your recovery and really maximizing your fitness results, you might want to check out Nagano Tonic.
Oh, yeah, Nagano Tonic. That's that natural supplement we mentioned earlier, the one that's been getting a lot of attention for its unique approach to well-being. You can find a link to learn more about Nagano Tonic in our episode description. Just remember, it's all about finding what works best for you and your own body. We always recommend doing your research and talking to your doctor or a healthcare professional before adding any new supplements to your routine. Speaking of finding what works, let's debunk a common fitness myth. Doing tons and tons of crunches won't magically melt away belly fat, right?
You got it. Spot reduction is definitely a myth. You can't target fat loss in a specific area by doing a million crunches. Your body loses fat from everywhere as you create an overall calorie deficit.
So it's more about that overall body fat reduction through a combination of diet, exercise, and yes, even sleep. If you want a detailed guide about how to build 6 abs fast, you should check the recommendation in the description and ask your questions in the comment section. But those crunches will help strengthen and build those ab muscles, right? So they're ready to show off once you start to lose some of that body fat.
Exactly. It's about building that strong foundation and then letting it shine. But remember, it's not just about how your abs look. A strong core is functional. It helps you move better and feel better in everyday life, not just at the beach.
So true. Which brings us right back to those compound exercises we were talking about, like the plank. They're so great because they work multiple muscle groups at the same time, which makes your workouts more efficient. And let's be real, way more interesting. Nobody wants to do crunches for an hour straight.
I know, right? Variety is key. And it's about finding exercises that you actually enjoy doing, so you're more likely to stick with it in the long run. If you're forcing yourself to do a workout you hate every day, it's going to be way harder to stay motivated and see those awesome results.
So we've talked about a lot today, from the anatomy of a six-pack to busting those common fitness myths.
Yeah, we really tried to cover it all.
But it all comes back to that holistic approach, right? Like, it's not just about one magic exercise or some crazy diet.
Exactly. It's about understanding the why behind the what.
And then figuring out what works for you.
Exactly.
So to wrap things up, let's bring it back to our listeners. What really resonated with you today?
Was it those compound movements? Or maybe the importance of getting enough sleep?
Or maybe even the idea of adding something like Nagano Tonic to your routine. You can find more information about Nagano Tonic in the description below.
Yeah, what are you going to take away from this deep dive and actually apply to your own fitness journey?
That's what we want to know. And hey, if you're looking for even more tips and a step-by-step guide to building those six-pack abs, be sure to check out the link in our description. We've got you covered. If you want a detailed guide about how to build 6 abs fast, you should check the recommendation in the description and ask your questions in the comments section.
We're so glad you joined us for this deep dive into the world of six-pack abs.
And remember, it's a journey, not a race.
So keep experimenting, keep challenging yourself.
And most importantly,
Keep diving deep.